Hey guys, hope everything is going well. I wanted to just go over a couple of examples for y'all's Delta Math today. So this is solving rational functions as well. This is part 2. And the only thing that's different is now you're just going to have one fraction equaling another fraction. And when this is the case, if your denominators are not the same, I take a slightly different approach and I cross multiply. Some students call this the butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to cross multiply and then solve from there. Okay, so I'm going to do -1 times x minus 6, and then x times x minus 2. And then we're actually going to multiply all that out, so it'd be -x plus 6. Distributing the x gives me x squared minus 2x. Alright, then we're going to get everything onto the same side, and I'm always going to go towards the positive x squared because I'm going to have to factor this most likely, and I want to have a positive x squared. It makes life easier. So I'm going to add the x and subtract the 6. Okay, so 0 equals x squared minus 1x minus 6. Okay, so now I'm ready to solve by factoring. I could of course also use quadratic formula or completing the square, but if you can factor, factor. It's so much quicker. Alright, so what multiplies to -6 and adds to -1? It's got to be 3 and 2. -1, so -3 and a +2 would add up to -1. So there they are, and then you set each factor equal to 0 and solve. So this would give me a +3 and this would give me a -2. But do those actually work? Let's see. We have to check. And when you check, you only have to worry about the denominator. So x minus 6 and x. I just need to be sure that the two answers that I got, if I plug them in for x, I need to be sure that it does not form a 0 on my denominator, okay? So this one is already just telling me that x cannot be 0. Well, great. 0 is not an answer anyways. And then what would I have to put in place of x and then subtract 6 from it to give me 0? The only number would be 6. So x cannot equal 6 because 6 minus 6 is 0. Right, but luckily that wasn't an answer anyways, so we're good. So my answers are x equals 3 and x equals -2. In Delta Math, I would click the little plus sign next to the little keyboard so I can create a separate blank, and then I will just type in the numbers 3 and -2 and submit answer. Yay, I got it right. Alright, one more quick example and I'll let you go. So again, I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply here. So this is when you have one fraction equal to another fraction. You don't have to worry about getting common denominator because you're adding or subtracting or anything like that. Okay. So I'm multiplying x times 5x, setting it equal to 10 times 8. So I got 5x squared equals 80. And then this one, it is a quadratic, but I'm not going to worry about factoring this. There's only an x squared. There is no other x's anywhere. I can just finish solving this. So let's divide by 5. We got x squared equals 16. Yeah. And then I could square root both sides. Remember that when you square root, you always have to put a plus or minus sign. So plus or minus 4. Okay, so there's my two answers, positive and -4. And those are okay because if I look at my denominator, the only way to get that denominator equal to 0 is if x were 0. Okay, so x cannot equal 0, but that wasn't an answer anyways. So I got a positive or -4, and I'll just create a separate blank and put 4 in one box and -4 in the other box and submit my answer. Woohoo, got it right. So those are just 2 quick examples. If you need more help on this, then feel free to come in for tutoring. There's not going to be a quiz on this, so this Delta Math is your practice before the test. So take it seriously and reach out to me if you need any extra help. Okay, bye y'all.